The Tigray factor behind Salva Kiir's appointment of Bol Mel as vice president and SPLM first deputy chairperson by Kenyi Yasin Kenyi, South Sudan advocate and human rights lawyer. June 8, 2025. The recent appointment of Bol Mel as vice president and first deputy chairperson of the SPLM is more than a routine power shift. It reflects a strategic move by Salva Kiir, informed by historical lessons from Ethiopia's political trajectory, particularly the Tigray experience in Ethiopia under the leadership of Meles Zenawi. The Tigrayan-dominated Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front EPRDF rose to power in 1991, with backing from Sudan. For over 2 decades, 1991 to 2012, Tigrayans controlled Ethiopia's military, intelligence services, and key economic institutions, while other ethnic groups, especially the Oromo, faced marginalization and harsh crackdowns. When Meles Zenawi died in 2012, power passed to his deputy, Hailemariam Desalegn. However, as Ethiopia began to push for reforms, Hailemariam resigned, paving the way for Abiy Ahmed, a reform-minded Oromo, to become prime minister. The Tigrayan elite saw this as a betrayal of their community's hard-won dominance. Tensions reached a breaking point when Tigray held its own regional elections after the federal government postponed national polls. Armed conflict erupted following Tigray's preemptive attack on federal troops. Many Tigrayans, in hindsight, lamented that they had not ensured one of their own succeeded. Meles Zenawi, someone who would have protected their power and community. Abiy Ahmed went on to dissolve the EPRDF and rebrand it as the Prosperity Party, a national movement seeking broader ethnic inclusion, a sharp departure from its predecessor's Tigrayan-centric leadership. South Sudan's lesson. Dr. John Garang, the founding father of the SPLM, understood the importance of strategic succession. He appointed Salva Kiir as his deputy to protect the leadership from falling into the hands of rivals such as Dr. Riek Machar Noor or Dr. Lem Akol Shiluk. When Garang tragically died in a helicopter crash in 2005, Kiir inherited both the SPLM leadership and the presidency of the government of Southern Sudan. Today, as Kiir's health visibly deteriorates and succession questions become urgent, he has acted decisively. He dismissed James Wani Iga as vice president and removed him from the first deputy chairperson position of the SPLM. In his place, he appointed Bol Mel, a loyalist, financier, and trusted ally from the Dinka community. If Bol Mel becomes president under the current transitional arrangement, he is likely to appoint a deputy from his own section of the Dinka to consolidate control and protect community interests, mirroring the Tigrayan strategy in Ethiopia, which they ultimately regretted not safeguarding more carefully. Bol Mel, appointed as South Sudan's vice president in strategic move inspired by Tigray experience. June 8, 2025, Juba. President Salva Kiir has appointed Bol Mel as vice president and first deputy chairperson of the SPLM, dismissing James Wani Iga in a move that echoes Ethiopia's Tigray strategy. The decision, seen as a bid to protect Dinka dominance within the party, comes as Kiir's health falters and succession questions intensify. Many see the move as a lesson learned from Ethiopia's Tigrayans, who lost power after failing to ensure their own successor was in place. Observers note the SPLM's aging structure and internal divisions could render it obsolete, as citizens demand leadership based on national unity rather than ethnic loyalties. No, Bol Mel did not participate in the Red Army movement during South Sudan's liberation struggle. The Red Army was primarily made up of child soldiers and young recruits who fled to Ethiopia and were later trained and mobilized by the SPLA in the 1980s. Prominent figures from the Red Army include Dr. Majak D'Agoot and several others who were teenagers at the time. Bol Mel, however, is known for his role as a financier and businessman, particularly in infrastructure projects and private investments, not as a Red Army member or frontline combatant during the liberation struggle. Cerca misher la ngayane de kon dena tokwane an ton la roda ka South Sudan ton ma wakan gul kan la de salat Tigray kabwa de wai kan kuma rod buin ke ja ke kuma Ethiopia me kap ku kuma ne di salat Tigray awata mo ajanta gor salpa kero bellarin tama ke jana chato kalane ano baram tie ke jen bonon kwara mo ko be kulagang gwa da dana boyjen lada mo waja lada charla de kwar ka Ethiopia ko gwa de chawa min shalama laza zenawi wa lada mo adlan mi shakon lada ne lada mo jan karje South Sudan mo tama kaladan che salpa kero lat ko no we tenya da la kwar duno lada mo kan kwar Tigray ke kan kuma mirai ke Tigray na kana chop kana ne o deran chanya da no la kwar cheka manano kono mo ga South Sudan na mo kana to ga ne rol buin duno o char la no kan chat kar kana ta e chalat Tigray ne me ka kwar rol buin ke kwar Ethiopia ajalada mo kar kwar ndida ni salpa kera jalada kara man no kwar nyam kapwadi me la chanya da no aja ko ba kwar no mo jana chalat ke jana chalat ka to ko wane mangoro de konaling haka tuko ken dun talk atega dindi shala da noi tawa ambush rol jongle state ka bor canal road ala tega do mishala bor canal andwa bu mono point de chane chana wa ambui tena dine kene do koika anta chana ambui ke ya wa anchane bade kyaga nakten kachine de chika batala kan gwa da nan chigo ten kanangat anamo kan do la da gwa du no chala ra jano tega ne di cha ambush kene jambui to ne cha ne bade kyaga na gradian kachine di ka tan dong chi rodian bar ke jane to kan gwa den kan ngai mantama lara mo mich adlar mich angun ke yun set kabor canal road no tega ne di jambuiten deni kan den di china kula ambui kan nga don ke den tut ken ke deni ai wo ke deni South Sudan nan chal SSPDF kan mo kan do na na jaba no mo lara pa ban ka goro de yanaling tiji kan go na den ke no ye ga jam go ma sila da ta da long ka liang dun kane amiji ram ka ro mat ka bono mo goro bro mat ka bono mo ko bu bono bi jagor ke bi je subscribe ko de yin ram kel ka liang lara bun kana ma tila da te da long ka ta dun kana sap wadan kam yana nei gore je no dian channel ke dian video channel lare dian ala ke dian share ka man kun ko de kan ta liang ten arai mi chat ke jo je ku jano ajan mangu andian mala ro dan tama ga South Sudan eno salpa ke ma ya dit karna la de chalat kwar Tigray me erwich rol buin ke erwich Ethiopia ne ka wat erwije na mojana la ro dan tama ka to ko goro de yen lo dan ajan gwa an garate cham self kerana ajan ajaramun lat lera ma ke den nong lera men wo kwaran ta ka South Sudan ke kwara kap South Sudan la de la dan tama karan la de terur buni ne ke la de chalat rol bun me che kwarol bun che ke ku me che kana kap ala dunian karoden ajana la ro da ka South Sudan tilo da ke da long ka ta dun kel kane ambiata mal